So I graduated this past December with a bachelor's degree, and I still don't have a job. I've updated my resume, I reached out to recruiters, I got a couple referrals, and I still don't have a job.
Hi, my name is Emma. I'm 25 years old. I graduated from college in December of 2023, and it's now June, and I can't find a job.
Though I'm not the only person that can't get a full-time job, at this point, I'm over it. I graduated with my master's degree into like the worst time to get a job.
It's starting to look like the job market is affecting college students too, because there's a lot of people out there complaining about how their college degrees aren't helping them get the jobs that they went to college for. Now, I don't know about you, but if I went to college for 3-4 years to get a degree, just to find out when I got out of college I can't get that job that I went to school for, I'll be mad too. And that's exactly what this video is going to be about, because I had you guys send a bunch of different videos of college students making videos ranting about how their college degrees aren't helping them get the jobs that they went to school for. So we're going to watch these videos together, see what they got to say, and react to them. So let's get right into it.
So I graduated this past December with a bachelor's degree, and I still don't have a job. I've updated my resume, I reached out to recruiters, I got a couple referrals, and I still don't have a job. I would say I've applied to over 1,000 roles. And yeah,
1,000.
I did have a couple interviews, but the companies just end up ghosting me. I don't know why. Is the job market really that bad for new grads?
It's honestly starting to seem like the more job listings that are posted, the less jobs there actually are. Because nowadays, nobody seems to be getting hired for any of these jobs out there.
Hi, my name is Emma. I'm 25 years old. I graduated from college in December of 2023, and it's now June, and I can't find a job. I've been applying to jobs since I want to say like October of 2023, so even before I graduated, to hopefully like get ahead and get a head start on it. And I have had only 2 of my applications that I sent out lead to actual interviews, and neither of those interviews with those companies led to a job offer.
It seems like no matter how many jobs you apply to, none of them are going to hit you back. And if you get lucky, you might get one. Just one. But from what I've seen, people are applying to hundreds of jobs and not getting anything back. Not even you're not good for the job or thank you for your time. They're not even hitting people back. They're just leaving them in the dust, and that's it. At this point, I honestly don't know what you're supposed to be doing to get a job.
I got my degree in communications with an emphasis in journalism, and I spent all of last summer of 2023, working with a local publication as an editorial intern. So even with all of that experience under my belt, and with a good resume other than that, also working like other jobs, I can't get any traction. So I'm 6 months out from graduating, and my most promising job opportunity right now is Trader Joe's. And I'm not trying to knock Trader Joe's or people who work there. I've heard it's a really good place to work, and everyone who works there that I have encountered with is very nice. And I've worked at grocery stores before. And
that's the point of this.
But it's just kind of frustrating to have gone to school for as long as I did, and I can't get a job that's within the field that I spent all that time studying.
It's actually insane.
And I keep telling people that it feels like I'm just sending my resume out into the void and not hearing anything back. I don't hear back from these companies, or like it's just being read by a system, essentially. I feel like it's not a real person reading my resume and my cover letter, so all that like pouring my heart and soul into a cover letter doesn't do me any good.
It means nothing now.
I am lucky enough to be able to live at home with my parents. They're very gracious, and they let me live here without paying rent. And so I'm very fortunate to not have to worry about that. But a lot of people my age live on their own, and they're established in their careers, and that was what I wanted to accomplish by going to school and graduating, and 6 months later I'm not even getting started.
And not even that. You have to realize that there's people out there who aren't even living with their parents and are going through the same thing. So they're struggling to find a job, and since they're not living with their parents, they probably have their own apartment, and they're struggling to pay their rent because they haven't been able to find a job for the last 4 or 5 months. It's actually insane to see this, and more people are coming forward telling their stories about how this is affecting them. Seeing stuff like this really just makes me think, how are things going to change? Because At this point, I don't know what's going to happen.
Hi, I'm Jacqulyn. I'm going to be sharing a few things I've learned being a recent college graduate that is still unemployed. I thought that by the time I graduated college this past May, I was going to have this amazing summer internship, and that right after I would have a full-time job.
That's what they tell you.
I applied to well over 100 internships, and now I'm in the midst of applying for a full-time job since it is now currently summer, and I didn't land any cool internship. I am currently in my mom's condo right now. I learned that sometimes you're not going to have your life figured out. As much as I wanted to have my life figured out at 22 and have a full-time job already, obviously I don't, and that is okay.
It is okay, guys. Don't try to rush through things, right? Don't look at other people's life and think, oh, just because they got it, you have to have it too. Take things slow sometimes, especially if things aren't moving the way you want them to. Move at a pace that works for you. If you try to move too fast, that's where things go bad. And the last thing you want to do is try to move too fast, things go wrong, and you're in a position where you can't handle that. So just take it slow. If it's not working out right now, it will work out eventually, especially if you're staying patient, if you're being consistent with it. It's gonna work out.
No, I'm not the only person that can't get a full-time job. At this point, I'm over it. I graduated with my master's degree into like the worst time to get a job. Also, don't get me wrong, I want to go into a difficult ass industry. There are jobs out there, but can you find me a job?
That actually plays a part into it too. The job market right now is trash, and a lot of people are graduating right when the job market is in this position. If they would have graduated, maybe 5 years ago, they might have been able to get that job. But now that the job market is bad, inflation is high, this is the worst time to be trying to get a job, and thinking that you're going to get out of college right away, land a job, is not the way things work anymore.
And I know for a fact I'm not the only person thinking that way, bro. Yeah, places are hiring, but they don't want to pay. Like, excuse you, but how do you expect me to do the job of 5 people for $15 an hour?
No sense.
You need to take that and go somewhere else with it.
Okay, the job market, it really needs to be discussed, okay? I have my bachelor's degree, over 4 years of experience in the field that I've been primarily applying for, which is marketing, but I've also been applying for literally everything because I can't get a job.
See, this right here is what I was talking about in my last video, because there's a lot of people with college degrees that have to settle for less because they can't get a job in the field where they went to school for. So at the end of the day, they still need money. So what do? You get a job where they accept you. Now that might be a job that's only paying $11 compared to getting a job where if you would have got a job in your field, it would have been $25. But you can't get that job, so you have to settle for the $12 because you can't keep going months and months and months without having money. So you settle. And that's what's happening with a lot of people with college degrees now. They can't get a job in that field, so they're like, I got to do what I got to do. I still need money, so I'm going to get the job at McDonald's, at Trader Joe's. Wherever they can get a job that can get them some sort of income so they can pay the things that they need to pay.
I can't get a job. I have so much experience with marketing, like paid, organic, running campaigns, Facebook advertising, Google advertising, editing, content creation, like email, SMS marketing campaigns, like anything. I've done a bunch. Okay. I cannot find a job. Like, I cannot get a job. I've been unemployed for 6 weeks now.
I can't imagine how
just
frustrating
in the last 2
that
weeks,
is.
I think it's like 300 something jobs I've applied for just on Indeed in the last 2 weeks. Okay, 99% of them don't even view my cover letter, creative portfolio, resume. They don't view anything. Okay, 99%.
I'm seeing a pattern
the other
here.
1% will set up an interview. We'll interview. Won't hear back from them ever. One of them, I had to create a whole 30-day marketing plan for one of their current clients. Created this whole thing. It took me hours, and I was so committed because I was like, wow, I would love to get a job, Never heard back from them. Ghosted. I did get one job role.
That's
$16 an hour part-time. How do you want me to survive off of that? Okay, I can't.
Sometimes
I don't know if
you
this
gotta
is like
settle.
a Greater Phoenix.
If you keep going months without having a job because that job that offered you the position isn't paying enough, you're not going to have any money, right? So what's worse, not having any money or getting paid $15 an hour? I think it's not having any money. So I'd take the $15 an hour and just settle until I can get things going. Because if I keep going months without having any money, I'm not going to survive. And that goes for anybody out there that's trying to find a job who doesn't want to take the job that's not paying enough and they just rather not do anything. Don't do that, because you're not going to survive like that.
I literally might have to move because there's no jobs. There's no jobs. I did just get approved for Uber, so I might be your next Uber driver, like outside, like beep beep, text in the app, I'm here.
You got to do what you got to do.
That's my only hope at this point.
But you could have took the job at that point.
Let me know. I know so many people are going through this.
You could have took the part-time job.
Horrible. How do they want our generation to succeed? We're not going to. We can't buy a house.
Why go do Uber and not know how much you're going to make at the end of the day over a job that offers you $16 an hour, part-time, and you know exactly how many hours you're going to be working a day? You know exactly how much money you're going to be bringing in a week. Why would you do that? If you're going to settle, I would have settled for the job. It makes more sense.
Officially 1 year since I have been unemployed and got laid off from my agency job. I've networked with barely anybody responding back to me. I've interviewed, got to multiple last rounds. Always got the same feedback that they went with somebody with more experience, but I was a great candidate.
Hearing another pattern here.
I've applied to over 1,000 jobs. I've applied to even low-paying jobs. I've applied to internships. I don't know what else to do. I ask questions at the end of the interview. I get to know them. Like, I don't know what else they want from me.
At this point, what do you do? Like she said, she started settling for less. The jobs that she was trying to get where she has a college degree, she couldn't get them. So she started trying to settle, and she couldn't even get those. So at this point, what do you do?
So as somebody on the job hunt for roughly 6 months now, why am I not getting a job? So while I'm still employed, I'm leaving this job fairly soon, and I need obviously another job lined up. And as of right now, it has felt fairly impossible, and like I'm just going to be unemployed. Everybody I've talked to says, oh my god, same, like I think it's just the job market, like it's just how it is right now. And I need to understand why that is a thing. Because when I'm on LinkedIn or Indeed and I'm looking through all the jobs that are offered, it's like, okay, there's a decent amount of jobs. Great, I'll apply to all of them. So I apply to all of them, and I hear back from nobody. So I'm like, okay, clearly there's jobs out there. It's not like there's nothing available for us. But when I do actually apply, I hear nothing back. I've reached out to recruiters. I've gone on LinkedIn, I've gone on Indeed, ZipRecruiter. I even go directly to company websites, go to their careers tab and apply directly on their website. Moral of the story is I've done it all and I am finding zero success. So I'm coming to TikTok now because I'm desperate, and I'm like, who is getting the jobs? And if you are getting a job, how did you get the job? Did you have connections? Like, were you already like an internal employee in some way? Like, who is getting these jobs? And how, like, I do have experience. I have a full year of experience at a corporate job for a reputable company in the media industry, and I have a degree in communications. Literally, your job description matches my exact experience. Like, I know it's an automated message, but like, still, it just frustrates me because it's like, what else do you need from me in order to at least give me one interview? Like, I get if I have an interview and then I get rejected, fine. But you saw my resume, it matches your job description. Some of these jobs almost
can't even get an interview
to what my
not
resume
even a
is.
response back.
And I'm still not getting an interview. So whoever is out there that has a job or understands the job market in any way, I would love an explanation. Or maybe I'm just crazy and it's like just the people that I know and just me, but like I feel like this is a pretty universal experience for everybody right now. Honestly, at this point, I'll go work at McDonald's, or I'll go work at Wendy's. I mean, they pay great now. They pay just as much as I make in my full-time corporate job.
Now, did anybody notice the pattern that was happening? Everybody in these videos was talking about how they applied to hundreds of jobs. None of them called back for an interview. None of them even responded. Most of them was just left on red. And these are people with college degrees. Like I said, it's crazy to see this. And more people are having to settle for less just because they can't get the jobs that they actually want. Now, if anybody watching this video is dealing with this same thing, let me know in the comment section how you're handling it, because I know it can't be easy. Now, other than that, let me know what you guys think about how the job market is and what you guys think about the people out there with college degrees that can't get a job in their field. It's 2025 and it doesn't seem like it's getting easier to get a job out there. So I want to know what you guys think about this. If you did like this video, make sure you leave a like on it. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can stay tuned for the next video. Till then, I'll see you in the next one.